Okay, so I'm now going to talk about course dates. So adding course dates and editing course dates. These assume that you've got some course masters set up already. So I'm going to show you how to filter course masters, adding a course date, and link a trainer to a course date as well. So you can see here, I've clicked on the Publish tab. Now just to let you know, course masters are like the templates. Okay, so course masters are the templates of the courses that you'll be delivering. It's where you list your units of competency that will be covered by the course. They are in something called the format. It also includes the pricing. It includes the terms and conditions, the workflow. So you can actually vary the workflow depending on the course master. So you can have different workflows for, say, an e-learning course compared to a face-to-face delivery. You're also able to do things like have different terms and conditions on a different course master, and it also specifies the default course description for the course as well. So a lot of that's to do with the marketing aspect. Pricing, for example, is found there, and the number of students you expect, the total places you expect on the course, and also when you want the course completed. Now, completion is about things like displaying or not displaying on the website, which changes the course from scheduled to completed. And that is something that occurs on a regular basis in the background that changes the course from scheduled to completed. Now, that's not so useful in some cases when you've got students that are enrolling continuously on a course. In that instance, we actually turn off that feature that turns courses from scheduled to completed, and we allow you to manually do that activity. And that can be useful if you want to always have those courses still coming up so they remind you. You can always change the filter on the left-hand side to see the course dates, but the course master is about defining the way these course dates will be set up. So you can see you can click on the Publish tab and then click on the Masters icon, and this gives you the list of the course masters that are set up within Course Sales. You can filter on the left-hand side again. You can see their course category, branch, name. So typing in a name there can allow you to filter on the right-hand side, filter the course masters list by applying the filter button. Once you find a course master and you want to add a course date, so it's adding a course date, adding a scheduled course with a location and a date associated with it, you can click on the plus button, the green plus button. We've used this green plus button before when we were adding course or adding enrollments or documents. That was when we were looking at a list of course dates. Now we're going back a step further, and we're now going to add a course date. And then once we've added the course date, that's when we add documents after that. Now, once you've clicked on that button, you'll be asked to select some dates, not surprisingly. And you can select multiple dates and add them to the list. And I'll show you shortly how to do that. You can also use the different tabs, the calendar tab, the rules tab, and the paste tab. And these are different tabs that enable you to do things in different ways. So rules is setting up a course on a regular basis. Pasting is if you've already got a big list, maybe a database of courses, course dates that you want to add in quickly and efficiently. And you can click on Add to List and you can do that. So after you've done that, you scroll down and then we get to a point where we've got our list of course dates. So you can see I've just got a list here of one course date. Then I can choose a venue. I can if I want to, and I'll show you, not sure if you can see my mouse there very well. So if you want to, you can actually click on the plus button. So as you put the mouse over this venue field, the plus button comes up and you can add a completely new venue at this point if you need to. And once you've done that, you can either click on apply. So this assumes you're going to be adding on a per venue basis. So you may add, for example, the next 6 courses for the next 6 months if you're running, say, every month to one venue. You click on apply. And then once you want to then add the next venue, then you can then choose a different venue and again add those dates in and click on apply. And it just stays on this page. So you're adding multiple course dates for a particular range of venues on a particular course master. If you're running courses where you've got small numbers or you are effectively accumulating the enrollments as part of an ongoing enrollment process, it's perfectly fine to have one course date that lasts for the entire year. And those students, they basically get enrolled onto that course continuously. And then when you get to the end of the year, guess what? You can even change the date of the course date to extend it out for the next year as well. So you can just change the date, extend it out for the next year, and just roll it over. That saves you having to transfer students from one course to another if they are training for longer than 12 months. Okay, so once you've done that, once you've, you can, if you want to now add a trainer, so let's say you wanted to add a trainer, before you click on add, after you've selected your venue, you can scroll down the bottom and add people by role. So this means you can click on add people by role on the drop down on the little lightning bolt there, select a trainer, and this will, you can even type into that area, type into the area the name of the trainer, and then once you've added that trainer, then click on close, because you can add multiple trainers if you need to. And once you've added the trainer, click on close and then click on add, and that'll add the course dates, and it'll also add that trainer to all of those course dates as well. We recommend you also add a trainer at the course master level, and that means you've always got a default train set up, because if your configuration is set to send emails to trainers, or emails to anyone really, customer contacts, etc., and you'll know if you've got this configuration set up, then at least you've got a default that will be used. If we have a trainer at the course master and then we choose a trainer here, then the trainer on the course date takes precedence. But if there's no trainer set up on the course date, then the trainer on the course master will be used. Okay. Now, I want to again show you a demonstration of that by setting up some course dates. So feel free to send me some questions if you've got any you would like to ask, and I'll go through the process in the meantime of finding a course master. So I'm going to click on the publish tab there, click on course masters. I'm going to get my list of course masters, and I can filter on the left-hand side here, or I can click on the plus sign here. Let's say I want to create a Bachelor of Design. That sounds like a pretty exciting course. Click on the plus button there. This allows me to select dates. I can select multiple dates if I want to, just by clicking on that. So that's going to, and I just select the start date. So I'm not selecting the duration of the course. I'm just selecting the start date of the course. The system will automatically calculate the end date based on what I've got configured within the course master. So the course master stipulates how long the course will be running for. That's not to say you can't change the end date afterwards. So there's nothing wrong with setting up a course and then altering the course dates. In fact, that can be a good way of ensuring you don't get a whole lot of course dates with 0 bookings on them. If you're not getting a lot of bookings in a particular area, you can just literally move the course date forward, just roll it forward by changing the date of the course and making it scheduled. So once I've selected a few here, again, like I said, you can click on rules and set up a rule here, or you can paste in a series of dates and select the date format. I'm going to go back to the calendar, and down here, if I click on add to the list, you'll see those dates appear down here. So like I say, feel free to raise a question in the group chat. Don't be shy. Post a message in, and I'm happy to answer questions. And then if I want to choose a venue, I can click on the lightning bolt here to select a venue. Or if I want to, I can even edit the venue at this point. I could click on the little pencil there and edit the venue. Or I can even add a new one if I click on the plus sign there. It's a way of adding a completely new venue. And in fact, we do have a new feature now that allows you to specify the time zone, which is pretty exciting. Time zone always didn't work there, so it's kind of good that we can specify that. Now, there's other information on here I haven't gone through, but there is other information such as the price, such as the course description you wish to use for this particular course. The course format is fixed, and if we open up this, you'll see this is where, not in this case, but this is where you would see the units of competency listed that are going to be covered. But this shows you the format of the course, the number of units of competency we're covering. this is an area here that's important. And in fact, we should check, Julia, to see whether or not the generate course topics from the course format is being automatically ticked in your case. This might not be happening. In that case, if the course topics are not created on the course dates, they're not going to follow through to the document. So that could be something that we should address there. Number of other areas here. I'm not going to go into great detail about things like managing pricing. This is an ability to basically create automated pricing to be competitive in the market. Total places is the total places that need to be registered on the course before the course is considered to be full, and there's therefore displayed in red. There's a catalog group which allows you to sell additional products, public or private course, which is display or don't display on the website, and of course the status, which is scheduled, completed, or cancelled. And if you need to cancel a course, that's when you change it to cancelled there. So for now, these are being created as scheduled. And here you can add the people by roles. You can see I can type in trainer, and I'll get a list of all the people who have been allocated with the role trainer. And I can choose somebody there, click on add, and now I can add another trainer if I want to. So I'll click on close, and you can see here, I've got the trainer there. I can even look at this trainer's details. It's all the information we have about the trainer. Now, if I click on add or apply, apply will keep me on this page, but then just clear my dates here and my venue. So I'm setting up 3 new courses. If I click on add, it'll take me to the list of these courses. So I'm going to click on add now. There we go. So this lists all the courses for that course master that are scheduled. So there must have been one extra that was already in there scheduled to be delivered. Now you can see here, this is a list of course dates. This is where I can now start adding. If I wanted to add a document, I click on the plus sign to the right of one of these course dates. Again, if you've got if you're running a course which has continuous enrollments occurring, you only have to have one of these. Just have one, and to make it start, I'll show you how you can do that. Go in here, I'll make it start from January. So you've got the start date here. I can make that start in January 2020. Oopsie daisy, spelled January wrong, that's not good. And I can make it end on the 31st of December 2020. And you can see there, that's changed that course. So that will now last for the entire year. And might want to make sure that it doesn't expire the course, it doesn't make it completed. And I can do that by turning off the expiry of dates. Date changing. So if you need help with that, just give me a yell. I see we have a question here. How do you change the course times if they vary from the course master? That's a very good question, Stacey. Okay, so the course times are actually managed on the course topics. So if we go into one, if I click on the edit button here and scroll down, you'll see here, this is where the course times are. In fact, it's very important that if you change the date of a course, you look at your document, your course topics, and you adjust them as necessary. So if I go and click on the edit button here, and this is where I can change the times. So those are the times that will appear in the WordPress plugin. And if you need those to be consistently a different time, then you need to adjust the format. And so the format is what specifies the default times that will be created for the courses. So if you're varying the time on a per course date basis, it's a case of going into those course dates and updating those course topics. The start time of the first course topic is what is used on the WordPress plugin. Okay. So that's all about creating course dates. And of course, once you're there, you can click on dates. And this is pretty fun, actually. This is a pretty cool thing that we can do. After we click on the course date, some things you can do over here. If you just look on the left here in the filter, click on advanced, you can actually start working out how many people have registered on courses. Where do you not have sufficient registrations? So this is number of registrations from and number of registrations to. So if you want to have a look at everyone who has, say, between 5 and 20 registrations. Let's see if I click on filter. Have we got anybody? Okay, there's none there, but let's have a look on the completed courses as well. No, there's none there either. So let's make it a bit lower. Let's go down to say 3. None at all. Oh my gosh. Maybe we don't have any. Oh, there we go. No, we do have some. So this is a way of you working out what are the courses that haven't got sufficient numbers of enrollments. So I could look, for example, for all of those courses that have only 3 enrollments or have from 0 to 3. And I've got a lot of them. So these are the ones that I might need to promote more. These are the ones that I might need to encourage bookings for. And because if you are having the documents converted from an inquiry to a registration when the USI is verified, which is usually the case in most configurations, this allows you to find out who has not verified their USI. Which courses do you have that have not got verifications? So if I remove information from here and I click on filter, this is going to show me all of those courses that have 5 people or more, or anybody basically who doesn't have inquiries, okay, or number of inquiries. Inquiries might be an indicator that the USI has not been verified by the student. That's particularly relevant if you're managing a lot of courses. Not many courses going on at the moment due to COVID, but if you are managing a lot of courses, then this is a way of quickly finding out where you have USIs that have not been validated. There's more information about that too. You can get down to the individual students in a different way, but just gives you an idea of ways that you could use that. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic. Unless anyone has got a particular question they want to ask, feel free to put your hand up if you've got a question or type it into the group chat. Happy to give you some assistance there. Adding course dates, fairly straightforward, but you know, don't get sort of bogged down in all the details that you can maybe see. Just see if you can add it without having to change too many fields. Usually it's just about the date and the venue, and then you're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to talk about